Hello, we are group 33, and this is our demonstration video for our final project. We'll now have Cheyenne go over some demonstrations.
Okay, so we designed the input such that the program can either take in command line arguments or prompt the user with a GUI dialog screen. First, we'll demonstrate the command line functionality, which is able to handle exceptions as well as variations in capitalization. So we'll put in a request for 2 swing arm chairs, and you'll find that swing arm chair is not a valid type of chair. So next, we'll put in a valid request for a mesh chair, and we'll see that that goes through and it gives you the items and how much it costs. So next I'll show that if you decide not to put in any sufficient arguments, it'll launch a GUI. And for example, we'll look for a chair and we'll say it's a kneeling chair. And we'll say we want 0 of these. You'll see that it tells you that at least one item must be requested. So next we'll put in a request for 1 chair like it wants you to. And unfortunately that order can't be fulfilled based on the current inventory. And then it suggests manufacturers that you could go to find one of those. So next we'll run this again. And this time we'll look for a task chair. And we'll see that this actually can be purchased. And it gives you the item numbers, and it'll cost you $150. So next I'll hand it over to Carter to walk you through the algorithm that we use to make this.
Thanks. First, I'll walk you through the UML diagram. So we have 5 classes that our program runs on. Basically, everything happens from main, this main class right here. So the first thing we do is initialize the database connection using furniture data. And then after that, the main algorithm happens in lowest cost, which also uses furniture order to collect all the information for the order. And then from there, we can use that in order form. So I'll walk you through the code real quick. So this is lowest cost right here. Oh, whoops, that's order form. This is lowest cost. So everything happens from the find best combination method. It first creates a furniture order, which will be used to store all the information. It creates the statement for the SQL database. And then after that, it creates an item table that we're using in all our methods. And then everything happens in make order list. So make order list just calls find lowest cost. And in here, basically, we're generating all of the combinations, of furniture items, including ones where not all the parts are found. So from there, we filter all the combos just to include the combinations where all parts are found. We put that in potential combos, and then if potential combos is empty, then we just return an empty array list of integers, which signifies that no combinations can be found. And I'll pass it on to Habib to explain the rest of the algorithm.
Thank you, Carter. Once we found the potential combinations, we then filter through those potential combinations to find the lowest price. After we find the lowest price, we return the combination with the lowest price, and then we go back to make order list. After we return the lowest combination, we check to see if it's empty. If it's empty, that means there are no combinations there are no way to make the order, so we return a empty array. If we can make the order, we return the lowest combination. And then we go back to find best combination. This is where we put in all the needed information in our furniture order object. After that's done, we return the order and we go back to main. And in main, we then remove the orders from the database and we close the connection. Next, I'll pass it off to Logan to explain how our output text file is created.
All right, thank you. So if we go over to our order form class, here this simply creates a file, a text file that puts in some admin text, the ID numbers of the items that we need to purchase and the final price. And so what this will look like after it is positioned here, this will produce this form. So this is the task chair that Cheyenne did at the beginning of her video, as well with these items and the price. Note these items, because if we go to our database here, we'll see these items in the database. And so this was before Cheyenne ran the program. So if we update the database, we'll see those 2 items that we ordered is now removed. So this is the final demonstration of our project. Thank you.